Hello, welcome to Yoga with Lucy. Today we've got a 15-minute practice for core strength. So we're going to be working this area of the body, the core. We're also going to be getting a good stretch, and we'll do a little bit of breath work that supports the core as well. So we're going to start seated, sitting up nice and tall. If you wanted to do this first bit sat on a chair or in any other seated position, it doesn't have to be cross-legged. Make your way to that now. Let's start with the breath. Taking 3 deep breaths, the deepest breaths you've taken all day. And as you breathe, feel the belly, the chest, the rib cage expand on the inhale and soften and contract on the exhale. And you might notice while you're taking these breaths that when you get to the bottom of an exhale, if you continue that exhale, you start to feel a contraction here. We're going to work on really exaggerating that. With this breath work, Kapalabhati, which translates to breath of fire. It's a warming breath, as the name suggests. It builds some heat, really good for the core, really good for digestion, and it really focuses on the exhale. So it is an energizing breath as well. I'll demonstrate and you can join in whenever you're ready. So it might help to bring one hand to the belly here, whether you're sat on a chair or sat in a different position, it doesn't matter. Just so long as you can kind of feel the breath. And that exhale through the nose, that contracts and pulls everything in. So that's what we're focusing on. The inhale kind of takes care of itself in this position. So we take a big inhale to start with, and then it's those short, sharp breaths out through the nose. And if you haven't joined in yet, this one's for you. So breathing in deeply through the nose, and let's do 20 together. Let it go. We'll do 2 more rounds of that with a twist. So firstly, we're twisting towards the right, bringing the right hand behind you. The left hand comes to rest on the right knee. Inhale deeply. Short, sharp exhales. And let it go. Take it to the other side. Remember that contraction as you breathe out. Big inhale here. And let it go. Okay, we're making our way over to all fours now. Setting up, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. If you don't feel like you've got a super strong, stable base here, widen your stance a little bit. Bring the knees a little bit wider apart. Bring the hands a little bit wider apart. Press into the tops of the feet, the knees, the fingertips, the knuckles. And then we're going to lift the knees just an inch or so off the mat. So pressing into the tops of the feet, hovering tabletop, knees lifted for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, gently lower. tuck the toes, and this time same thing again, just with the toes tucked, pressing into the toes, but also the hands, the fingertips. Lift the knees just a little bit off the mat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Untuck the toes. So that engagement of the core that you felt in that position, let's keep connected to that. Right leg is going to stretch out behind you, so make sure you've got a bit of room behind you. If you feel balanced here, you might lift the left arm out in front. If you don't feel balanced here, that's fine. Keep that left hand down. On your next exhale, you're rounding everything into center, elbow to knee, or if the left hand is down, knee to nose. Inhale to stretch it back out. Exhale, round everything into center, nice and controlled. Inhale, stretch it out. 3 more. Really take your time with this. There's no rush, and this slow, controlled movement is what we're looking for. Really engage in the core. When you've done your last one, and there's absolutely no rush, we'll meet back in tabletop position, all fours. If you need to sit back on the heels and just come off the wrists for a moment, give them a bit of a shake, give them a bit of a circle, that's fine. And then we'll meet back in all fours. Taking it to the other side, so left leg stretches out behind you. Make sure you've got that really strong base. If you feel balanced here, stretch the right arm out in front as well. Exhale, round everything into center. Inhale to stretch back out. Exhale, round everything in. Inhale, stretch back out. 3 more, going at your own pace. Moving with the breath, so don't forget to breathe here. And again, there's no rush to finish. When you've done your last one, we're coming back to all fours. Again, make sure you've got some room behind you, so maybe you move a little bit further to the top of the mat for this. We're stretching the right leg out behind again, but this time toes coming down to the mat. Sweep the right toes out to the right, plant the right foot down so it's roughly in line with your left knee. And then again, engaging the core here, rising up, reaching arms out by your sides. Gate pose, so that right foot is flat on the floor, the leg is straight, you're pressing into the foot, also pressing into the left knee, arms out by the side. Right hand comes to rest on the right leg, not pressing down, just resting there. Flip the left palm, reach up and over for a side bend. And then the left hand is coming down to the mat. So you're all in one line here. The left hand, the left knee, the right foot, all in a straight-ish line. Right hand reaching up to the ceiling. Option here to stay exactly where you are. Option to hover that right foot a little bit off the mat. Or option to keep that foot down and step the left foot to meet the right for a side plank. Really reaching up with that top hand, whatever position you're in. If you're in a side plank, lifting the hips. 3, 2, 1. Bringing that knee back down if you were in a side plank, bringing the foot back down if you've lifted it. And we're moving back to gate pose from here, but going nice and slowly, so not like pushing off, from that bottom hand, but really feeling it through the core, lifting up nice and slowly. Hands come down, step it back to all fours. This time left leg comes out behind you, toes down on the mat. Sweep the left foot over to the left. And again, we're rising up. So nice and tight in the core, rising all the way up, arms out by the sides. Shoulders down away from your ears, hands really reaching out to the sides of the room. Bring left hand down to rest on the left leg, and again, not pushing, just resting. Flip the right palm, reach up and over. Nice big stretch all down the right side of the body. And then right hand comes down to the mat, left hand reaches up to the ceiling. And again, you've got options here. You can stay exactly where you are. You can hover the left foot. You can step to a side plank or a variation of a side plank. So you could have the knee down still. You could bring the left foot up the mat a little bit. Lifting the hips, reaching that top hand up. For 3, 2, 1. Right knee comes back down. Left foot comes back down. Left hand reaching up to the ceiling. And as if someone's pulling that hand, you're rising up nice and slowly. Back to gate pose. Hands come down, step it back to all fours. Swing the feet out to one side and sit your bottom back. Feet out in front. Take a moment here, take a breath. And then we're bringing the feet about hip width apart, flat down on the mat, setting up for Navasana, boat pose. So slightly leaning back, bringing the hands behind the thighs, keep hold there while you get your balance. So we're lifting one foot, followed by the other. If this already feels like enough or even too much, don't go any further with this. You can always come in and out of the position as well. If you feel like you wanted it more, you might reach the hands forward. You might straighten the legs. Whichever position you're in, we're here for 3, 2, 1. Feet come down to the mat, give the knees a hug. And we're doing the same thing again, but this time we're bringing it all the way down to lying on our backs. So feet out in front, leaning back. Hands come behind the thighs. Lift one foot, lift the other foot. Let go of behind the thighs, reach the hands forward, and we're lying down slowly, coming to lying on our back for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently letting it go, coming to lying down. Taking some deep breaths here. Bring your knees into the chest, catch hold of them. Give yourself a nice squeeze here. If this feels a bit restrictive with the breath, you can bring your knees a little bit wider. Give yourself some space. You can hold shins or behind the thighs or the knees. Feeling your lower back really pressing down against the mat. Okay, last little bit. So we're bringing the knees roughly over the hips. Legs are bent at a 90-degree angle. soles of the feet pointing forwards. If you find that your lower back has started to really lift up here, bring it in slightly. Arms out by your sides for balance. And we're going to move in from the core. We're going to drop the knees to one side and then the other. So dropping them down to the right, then lifting up and dropping down to the left. And continuing that movement. Just a couple more times on each side. Maybe the knees come all the way down to the ground. Maybe they just hover. One more time on each side, even it out. Bring the knees back up to center. Interlace the fingers, bring them behind the head. Elbows out wide. And we're not crunching in the neck here, we're lifting the head, the shoulders, the chest. We're pausing here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Bring yourself to whatever position feels comfortable to close the practice. That might be the traditional Shavasana with your legs out long and your arms by your sides, palms face up. Or you might prefer to sit or find child's pose or roll onto your side. And we're closing the practice here, closing the eyes, finding stillness, finding that connection with the breath. And the video ends here, but you can stay for as long as you like, breathing deeply, embracing that stillness. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I'll see you again next time.